pre-independent na yɛde yɛn ka ho Ghana nso sɛbi ansa na ɛba no na asante daneman ɛba so yɛ pre-independent na yɛde yɛn ka ho na hɔ na wɔ no wɔn bɛka sɛ nana mien ka ho bɛka ho mien kɔ unitary sɛ yɛn mo nyɛ baako ne yɛnya yɛayɛ ɔte sɛ aburokye hima ne ayɛ prime minister tɛ nyinaa wɔ Ghana bɛkɔ so ɛnɛ yɛasɛ de ewura fie nti nɛyi yɛwɔ ha yi a oni no kwan koro fa so ba santimɛn bɛsɛ yɛ a ɔhyɛ ɛnna na yɛgyina ha yɛka yɛn nanso na werɛ kyekyerɛ ne sɛ ɛnɛ dua yara nneɛma a yɛwiaeɛ no ɔdwa si yɛbɛma ho sɛ asɛm no si yɛmpa yɛfa yɛnneɛma ampa na ho danseɛ na bɛduru nnɛ no yɛn nyinaa no yɛyɛ a meɛhu sɛ nnura ne yɛwɔ biribi na biribi nti ne buroni apo nti na maa yɛayɛ saa sɛ yɛka Ghana ho enti ɛmu mmara ne nhyehyɛeɛ yɛdi so na mmom deɛ wɔsɛ Ghanafoɔ hunu ne sɛ woyɛ dan wotumi asante mfiri Ghana asɛm mu da amanyɔfoɔ asɔfoɔ wɔn wotumi nyi asante mfiri mu da so wɔbɛyi asante afiri wode tae bɛtae yɛ ɛbɛbu afa so yɛne yɛtra dɛm pɔpɔ de ti asanteman yɛnya na ɛnyɛ yie yɛn yɛde dɔ ne nkabɔmu na te ha na deɛ bɔne ne yɛayɛ ɛdɔ bɛn ne yɛnkyerɛ ɔbaa bi sɛ wɔbɛnya asante no tan wɔ hɔ a na adɛn nti ne yɛkyerɛ dɔ wei nanso mode tan ahyia yɛ
so bi twa kono kombi twere so pani kura no han abusafo me chia mo ye frem wode hye ba yewura santeman yewura krobia sante kotokoi na se to bibi wadi nkomo bi na ne nyina ne se eyade a Canadian High Commissioner Canada Abans Nam Senior Woga na kura mu waba aba sante hene na so na nkomo bi koso wo hu na hu behia ma wo a wo ye Ghana ni na fe ne kase ne se wo ye sante ne tie ne ye de tie ne se afewe ampaya ebedwa no kura ne se Sabiemu, Penise, so what is your uncle? I hide the reason so, but you like video. Na Canadian High Commissioner, Waba for Fronet, what didn't who bet or something. Canada Bams name senior war Ghana. And now one will buy and notice any and Chianoa, and will buy and say, over done where the actual Santimai. Now, said you wouldn't know Santimai in Fidia, Oba, your more about Wabua money. Now, my minute didn't come up your own. Number set. Minu nyanya botre ne tie no di nkomo no wie no sante hene de as e ka asem bi kire no ka asem bi kire wiase pa cho ba bia wo bia no ma wasante samu hia ba bia wo bia no e ma bibia mu wabam e mu bia nka nkire wo se wo ye sante ni no wi e problem ma da bi na yewura odwene ne nanan mo da ache ho in fact oka yekra kire mu se ni ba bia ye be ko ne se enya ade a yebema yem koda ne nananom wo wonim de no won be kwa ma no ne bio esase ye ture ne ye nananom no wo sori agi wo ma ya santima yi abusia I the reason so ma fa nko menhia hemfie na yewura Canadian High Commissioner a wono baaye no yentie na ya na hye no so se wo bia di nsamfo a entie o eya betie the reason so nko a de ba na mamre ne amane ho nsem de fa Ghana amanyosem no yati ha sei ye frem ode sheba yen komanhia ahemfie ne enkotie yewura Canadian High Commissioner wo baaye na asem wode beto yewura no yen ko yanim
Your Royal Majesty, I'm here to pay my respect. And as tradition demands as well, I have brought some gifts that I would like to present to you. For me, as the representative of Canada, it was important that I come and do a courtesy call with you so that I can reiterate the importance of the relationship between Canada, Ghana, the Ashanti people, you as the leader of the Ashanti people. Can continue? Okay. Okay. I didn't know if I needed to go through the English, so that's why. One of the things that I wanted to mention as well is that Canada has a long-standing relationship with Ghana. And that we share many of the priorities that you support is it's important for us to focus on issues that are related to peace and security. When we're talking about education, I know that youth is also something that is very important for you and equally important for us in Canada. And we want to be able to do everything that we can in order to help support the economy and bring some of our technical expertise that can be shared and the knowledge that also can be shared so that can assist the people of Ghana, the people of the Ashanti region to prosper and that we can continue to work together in that regard. I also wanted to commend His Royal Majesty for the work that you have done in terms of brokering peace on numerous occasions, particularly when the 2020 elections happened, and then the work that you have done with the TAN Foundation was very much appreciated. And Ghana continues that legacy because we just came out of another peaceful election with a peaceful transition of power. And Ghana is a beacon when it comes to that, not only for the regions, other African countries, but also for the world. So I think that's important. And another big priority for Canada that I know you support dearly is also the protection of the environment. And when we're talking about mining, responsible mining, and how we ensure that this is working for everybody without impacting the environment and impacting future generations. So that's something as well that Canada will be pleased to support. And I'm happy to speak further about some of the other elements that we can support.
Right. Enti Canadian for ana musini a obaye na obaye ura na so na wobeti obaye so wobeti wani wodi nase no a ene wote ya woka ye se wonu nyina nim asomdwe a di wote krawie ne bra nwoma so wode ma Ghana na ma Ghana nya din e wo wiase afa na nyina na ni baabi a befa bia no asomdwe de ye wo sirimantamu abato ho nsem ni nyina no abrofo no se wono se wo da ye ura ase afei nipa ho kita hodie ahwachese yeyo se de be ya ye wura se de wo se dwene Ghana ento ya wota chire na ne nyina ekoso ena no wo chire mu a na wo wie ye no na wo se ye wura ye se ene wo ono so wontie di wo de ba ye na wontie di wo so na yenti yenko ye wura ho ne yenti
job being here today. We thank you for making time to pay courtesy call and then for us to formally know that the Canadian High Commissioner is in Ghana.
Joe.
So welcome to Kumasi.
Joe.
But also, we believe strongly that during your tenure, the relationship between Ghana and Canada would be more solid and then would be more expanded for us to know more about developments that we can do together.
Joe.
Ghana first saw Canadians here from Quebec missionary some 119 years ago in 1906 when they first came to Ghana.
Joe.
That is how we first met Canadians here. And that relationship since we gained independence also. In fact, we were also the first to receive assistance from Canada in sub-Saharan Africa.
Joe.
We've also received technical support. The Kumasi Technical Institute, for example, was established by the Canadian government. And there are so many other areas that you have supported us in terms of education and then other areas. But further on, I think we have, in fact, you've put in more than about $600 million here into Ghana in terms of assistance that you've done for us. But I think we still need more collaboration. We still do. Canada, well versed in technical education, for example, where we are training our students who, after completion, don't have employment.
Yo.
What do we do with these people? Because we have so many invested, private sector, government invested, training out so many people. It's either we collaborate together to identify what courses should be taught in these schools, so that after the education, they will then be self-employed. They can just set up their own employment systems and everything. And so just churning out degrees and all that without them being able to branch out to any employable skills.
Yo.
So I believe strongly that Canada is well versed in that in terms of technical education. And therefore, those are areas that I seek for the collaboration in relation to, now that we have a new minister for education, we would encourage him. And then my university here also, we would want to have collaboration with you in relation to how best we can do even long distance learning. So we can collaborate with Canadian universities in relation to technical education and everything. That would help in the advancement of our students to be able to do that. Environment is one issue that we have. Unfortunately, the era of Galamsey has destroyed most of our water bodies and everything. And we still need technical support and assistance to do that, because we need to be able to claim back all the lands and make sure that our waters and everything are all in good shape for people to consume and everything. Other than that, cocoa agriculture, for example, is also another area that Galamsey has affected. And therefore, these are all areas that we may seek technical assistance from, so that we can then look at the way forward in terms of collaborating to be able to do that. We have the available manpower, but unfortunately, we don't have the know-how in terms of the fiscal space to be able to turn that into agriculture, for example. We train students from the university in agriculture, but what else do we do? The attraction is not there to go to agriculture because we don't have the resources. Private sector is not developing further, and therefore these are areas that, with all due respect, when you're fashioning your policy and you're talking to your government, we may have to look at these areas to see how best you can collaborate with us to be able to advance it.
Yo.
The banks here don't have the capacity to do it. It's more like buying treasury bills and then doing that. So it doesn't advance development. So what can we do to advance development? What can Canada offer in relation to that, so that we can advance the development in terms of productive areas, energy sector, agriculture, and all those things? I remember when we set up the Volta Aluminium Company, Canada took so many of our people who were there to Canada. The VACO, for example, saw this technical people from Canada when we established during Kwame Nkrumah's time.
Sure.
The technical people we trained were shipped to Canada to work. And they went to live there because they were ready with their technical know-how to advance to the place. And that is how we want it. So we don't want to export the human thing. We want you to also help us to develop that.
Yo.
There are so many other areas that we can collaborate together. And we wish that during your term, and then looking at your biography, having been born in Ivory Coast, I think you are mine. And therefore, we have to be able to, I think I would be able to take that advantage and leverage that to be able to get you to do more for me. So I thank you today for coming today. But this shouldn't be the first visit, because we can continue with the discussions and collaboration further on for us to see what we can do together. So I thank you very much for coming.
Yo.
Yeah. Abusafo na sɛdeɛ ɛkɔsiɛ no na wontie yɛwura nsɛm wɔ kyerɛ mu a na nsɛm no nyinaa ne sɛ ɛho bɛhia sɛ susuwa mpa sɛ nokora wɔn mo ɛse wɔn ne yɛwɔ nkitahodie ɛboa ɛmoa to moa deɛ a ɛne na moa dodoɔ no yɛnhwɛ sɛ afi wei kɔyi deɛ yɛbɛma na ka yikure mu deɛ fa Ghana ho yɛwura nsɛm wɔ kan santem hene nsɛm wɔ ka dodoɔ no a ne yɛ Ghana nkan kɔ ne Ghana yie yɔ asɛm wɔ kan ne dodoɔ no a yɛ Ghana deɛ fa energy ho labor see a training nipa education e train wo mu wia na yasese wo do mo kɔ yɛwura se afi we die obey a wo yɛ commissioner wono yɛ won Ivory Coast nti wo yɛwura se we die wodi media no nti momwa na yɛ nkoda no a wono woni media no yɛ train wo mo nka kure mu so wo ho asɛm no nti sɛ kaye nya chiginafoɔ sɛdeɛ ɔsantene yɛ Ghana yi na sɛdeɛ wɔpɛsɛ ahoho nyinaa ntiase na yɛma Ghana so no ɔmomoa Ghana yi esensɛ wɔn sesa ne yɛdwa no no makɔbɔ ne fɛ yiase no a ka Ghana ke yɛbɛkɔ ɔsantene yɛ ne kyɛfa wɔyɛ na fam deɛ eti deɛ kɔsi yɛ no na mema we refi say Canadian KTI Canadian for any basis school for artisans said you probably go school no nyansa no adwuma ntina na yewure ka bakose bi kira no so ta say anti said ye tie no Canadian High Commissioner na one so pay courtesy call to the Asante Hene the King of Ghana wo Ghana nti de tie no nti yeguso ye hwe afiwe di ne gidi say Asante Hene ahokeka ene niema bi o ma yate first na yente na sese de ne nananom yete se niema wo ye na kire nkomo ekosu Ghana ni nyina ezegu ne na so hwe ya wo keka wo chechire mu niema Canada fo ye de boa Ghana de wono ye de Ghana ne Canada ye nka bom dwumade bi a ye die nyina Asante Hene ni nyina no egu ne na so wonim ni nyina I was had the reason show am to adwene o comment session na ye beto so mechia baby obi an me da so sedan da nyina no I mean, we share a page now near so you the video too also chere wadwen. Me da say, you beto so.